Dear residents, I am your Mayor, Kimberly Cobos-Cawthorne, and I am here today with my fellow council members, Sal Melendez and Angie Jimenez. We are taking the unusual step of recording this message for our entire community to address some serious misinformation that is being circulated in our community that is both false and inaccurate. It's very important that the record be set straight. This matter concerns Puro Plants and its operator, Mr. Matt Ramos. I would like to make it very clear that the City of Montebello welcomes and appreciates all forms of engagement and commerce intended to make our community a better and healthier place to live. Whether these efforts involve education, useful information, and healthy living, or even a community farm concept, everyone with good intentions is welcomed here, but always with the caveat that any legitimate business operates legally and according to our city laws and requirements, just as hundreds of local businesses, both large and small, currently do. With this in mind, I want all residents to understand the facts concerning Puro Plants and Mr. Ramos. Fact number 1, Puro Plants had been leasing a small parcel of land owned exclusively by SoCal Edison, located in the City of Montebello. His lease agreement with Edison provided specific rights to operate a nursery for plants, nothing else, and no food for consumption. Puro Plants never had permission to operate a community farm from any entity. Mr. Ramos knew, understood, and was informed of the need to obtain appropriate permits based on Montebello's zoning regulations contained in our municipal code. He refused to apply for or obtain any required permits. Fact number 3, Mr. Ramos engaged in unlicensed and illegal business activities on this Edison-owned property that put both our city and Edison at high risk of costly litigation and claims if a member of the public or a child had been endangered or harmed as a result of the activities. Fact number 4, Mr. Ramos has personally harassed and physically assaulted city staff members. He caused a serious enough threat that his actions were reported to the Montebello Police Department for documentation and to protect the personal safety of staff in the event of further aggression. This is not professional nor acceptable, and no city employee should ever feel or be threatened for doing their jobs or coming to work. Fact number 5, neither Puro Plants nor Mr. Ramos possesses a nonprofit business license, appropriate federal tax ID, or registration as a nonprofit entity. Puro Plants is not and has never been a valid nonprofit organization or entity. Fact number 6, Mr. Ramos is fully aware of his obligations for establishing a legal business operation and has been for well over a year now. Puro Plants is being treated no differently than any other business seeking to or currently operating in the City of Montebello. To date, despite claims to the contrary, Mr. Ramos and Puro Plants have made no valid effort to resolve its permit issues despite multiple notifications from code enforcement staff. I wanted to bring this information to everyone's attention, including those in favor of Puro Plants. The fact is, we are open to any business or operation wanting to do something constructive and meaningful in our city. However, respect and cooperation and compliance with the law are the basic requirements for any such effort. Mr. Ramos has not only refused to cooperate, he has harassed city staff, spread considerable misinformation, and made accusations and claims that are completely false. Had Mr. Ramos been less combative and more cooperative in complying with city codes and his lease agreement, this situation might have been handled differently. However, he has and continues to refuse any cooperation or compliance. Currently, Mr. Ramos is advocating the falsification of CDC vaccination cards and preaching an anti-vax message to parents and children on social media. This is not the kind of partner the city seeks or wants. At this time, there is no further action either the city or we as the city council can take, as Mr. Ramos is using space that does not belong to the city, and Edison has made its decision to terminate his lease. While a different outcome may have been possible, Mr. Ramos has made it impossible for us to move forward in a constructive manner. I hope this explains the situation and clarifies the facts in this matter. All of us here thank you for your attention and for listening to this message.